My wife is 7 months pregnant. To ensure she receives the best care, I booked a top-notch confinement center. When signing the contract, the receptionist suddenly hesitated and said, "I'm sorry, Ethan. Our records show your wife registered here 5 years ago." I was stunned for a moment. I doubted whether I had heard it wrong. I took out the marriage certificate. I asked the receptionist if there was an error in the information. The receptionist turned the computer screen to show me. She said, "Sophia got married 5 years ago. Now she is a mother of 2 children. We still have the photos they took back then, and a copy of the marriage certificate." One piece of evidence after another was laid out in front of me. My mind went blank. This is indeed my wife. So what am I? Someone said to me. Sophia's husband is a top member here. You are being really inconsiderate. How can they just come here and cause trouble? Get lost, get lost. We don't welcome shameless people here. The front desk was cold towards me. She looked me up and down. She didn't give me a chance to explain. She just made me leave. By the time I reacted, the door to the postpartum care center had already closed. I was completely bewildered. Thinking back on the photo and information on the marriage certificate I just saw, that was indeed a photo and name of Sophia. But the man in the photo I had never seen before. Why did Sophia hide the fact that she was married from me? The more I thought about it, the angrier I became. I immediately called her, trying to figure out what was going on, but the call wouldn't go through. It said temporarily unavailable. I sent several messages, but I didn't receive a reply. It was then that I remembered. She is currently on vacation abroad. She might be resting. Since Sophia got pregnant, I have been taking care of her attentively, but I can't shake the feeling that she's been a bit down. To help her relax, I planned a luxurious trip to France. However, the company is going through an important transition. She's been worried that leaving would affect her work. There's nothing I can do. I could only hire a few caregivers to accompany her on vacation. I'll stay back at the company to handle affairs, so she can have peace of mind after returning home to give birth. I also specifically researched a lot of information. Finally, I found a maternity center that looks pretty good. I didn't expect such a thing would happen. I couldn't get in touch with Sophia. I had to temporarily suppress my anger and wait for her reply if the rumors are true. I definitely won't let it go easily. Just then, Sophia finally called with a video call. "Honey, I just got up. I haven't seen the message you sent." As soon as the camera turned on, I saw your familiar face. She was sitting on the bed in a silk nightgown. She looked a bit drowsy, as if she had just woken up. Seeing her tired appearance, my heart ached a little. But as soon as I thought of what had just happened, I immediately became alert. I looked at Sophia. Holding back my anger, I asked her, "Sophia, are you hiding something from me? Do you have someone else outside?" After hearing my words, the woman on the other end of the screen's expression changed immediately. "Ethan, what are you talking about? I'm still carrying your child. How can you accuse me like this? What you're doing? Are you still a man? Besides you, I have never had feelings for anyone else. If it really can't go on, then let's get a divorce." She looked very angry, as if she really felt wronged. I felt a bit nervous. I quickly apologized. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just heard some bad news." "Don't be angry. A pregnant woman shouldn't get too excited. It's my fault." After a while, my wife's emotions eased a bit to prove my innocence. She took me to check every corner of the room to ensure there were no men's items present. "You definitely wouldn't dare to be so reckless. Who exactly is speaking ill of me behind my back? Is this some fake news spread by the media? When I go back, I will make them pay. They actually took advantage of my absence to stir up trouble between us as a couple. Wait for me to return. I must find out who spread the rumors." She spoke with a very firm tone. It made me feel much more at ease, thinking back to the past. Sophia and I were college classmates. She fell for me the first time she saw me. She secretly liked me for 2 years before daring to confess. That day, she stood there holding a big bouquet of roses. Being nervous led to quite a few awkward moments. The girl who looks cold and aloof is actually very shy and timid. This huge contrast piqued my interest in her. After 6 months of observation, I gradually began to like her. In the end, we got together. After graduation, she chose to start her own business. In just 2 years, she successfully ran the company with great flair. Although she faced many hardships, she never complained even once. After her success, she unhesitatingly gave all her wealth as a dowry to me. The scene on the day of the proposal is still vivid in my memory. She made a promise to me under the moonlight. In this life, I am committed to you. All my possessions belong to you. If one day I do something to hurt you, then I am willing to leave with nothing, and I will never hold my head high again. She expressed her feelings for me without reservation. At that moment, I am certain she is the person I want to spend my life with. After getting married, she takes special care of me. She organizes everything in the house perfectly. My friends all say that Sophia is incredibly good to me. Someone who loves me this much. How could she possibly have another family outside? Thinking of this, the doubts in my heart gradually faded away. Wife, I was indeed wrong. I shouldn't have been so impulsive. After you go home, you can punish me however you want, even if you make me kneel on a washboard or kneel on durians. I'll accept it all. I tried my best to persuade her. Finally, I convinced her. I transferred another 2 million over. Only then did I earn her forgiveness. After hanging up the phone, I breathed a sigh of relief. I was about to book another postpartum care center. At that moment, my assistant suddenly called. They said a colleague responsible for the new product launch had encountered some problems on the way. Now the company is in chaos. Someone must step up to take control of the situation. This press conference is crucial for our company's transformation. There can be no mistakes. After careful consideration, I decided to rush back to the company immediately to resolve the current issues as soon as possible. 2 hours later, I arrived at the company entrance on time. The media has already arrived, but a suitable host has not yet been found. As soon as the assistant saw me, it was as if he had found a savior. I asked him to check on that colleague at the hospital first, make sure she's okay before coming back. After the assistant left, I took a moment to calm myself. Then I walked into the conference room to prepare for this press conference. As soon as I entered, a few executives started whispering after seeing me. I greeted them with a smile. I didn't think much of it. Unexpectedly, they backed away in fear. I didn't pay attention to that. I told them who I was. I was just about to announce the start of the press conference. Suddenly, there was a commotion below. A man stood up. He took the marriage certificate out of his pocket. He waved it in front of the camera. This gentleman, you say you are Sophia's husband. Then what am I? I'm a bit confused. This man is the one who had a marriage certificate with Sophia at the confinement center this morning. How does he qualify to attend the Sophia Group's press conference? I don't know him at all, but upon closer inspection, his clothes look a lot like mine, especially that limited edition watch I have on my wrist. It was bought for me by Sophia after waiting in line for a long time. I was suddenly so angry inside. Where is the security? What is going on? The audience area suddenly filled up with onlookers. The comments online were also mercilessly criticizing me. Alex is a famous blogger. Everyone knows his wife cares for him deeply. I didn't expect someone to interfere in their relationship. It turns out the person mentioned an hour ago really exists. Is Sophia's husband still Alex? Alex had a slight cold smile at the corner of his mouth. Open the marriage certificate. Hold it directly in front of the camera. I have been married to my wife for 5 years. We have always been together. How could anyone be scheming behind my back? After saying that, his fans immediately started attacking me nonstop. Where did this person come from, still trying to pretend to have a relationship with us? What a nerve. Since you say you are Sophia's husband, then show the marriage certificate to prove it. Better look in the mirror before going out. With looks like that, wanting to climb high with Sophia is ridiculous. This is simply absurd. I am legally married to Sophia. I'm definitely not the third party. Please do not accuse me casually. I am legally married to Sophia. This company was also co-founded by us. I took out my phone to find the electronic marriage certificate, but I couldn't find it anywhere. That's when I remembered. Back then, I was young and reckless. He tore up the original marriage certificate right after getting it. Now the child needs to be registered. The new marriage certificate hasn't been reissued yet. Hearing me say this, Alex scoffed. I knew he definitely couldn't provide any evidence. Because I am Sophia's true husband. A flood of supportive comments for him immediately appeared online. Indeed, we watched Alex's account grow step by step. Everyone knows Sophia has always taken good care of him. How could anyone appreciate such a person? I am very confused. Sophia is usually so busy with work. Her free time is spent accompanying me. How could she possibly have a secret romance with Alex? They even run a couple's account together. Seeing the smug look on Alex's face, I couldn't help but angrily question him. The certificate in your hand is fake. Forging official documents carries legal responsibility. Seeing that I still held my ground, Alex took a stack of photos out of his bag and threw them right in my face. The photos are filled with him and Sophia's childhood pictures. They look like childhood sweethearts. They grew up together. At this moment, the conference room door opened. A little girl walked in. She looks very similar to Sophia. Even her temperament is almost identical. She asked, "Dad, what's happening here?" She is very familiar with this place, not nervous at all, and not afraid. A lot of criticism quickly appeared online. Some people said, "This girl looks too much like Sophia. Isn't that obvious enough? This outsider should quickly leave other people's families." Alex raised his head. His eyes showed clear disdain. "Stop fantasizing. I am Sophia's true partner. One must recognize reality. Not everyone can succeed in a comeback. Why does this child look so much like Sophia?" I feel both shocked and scared, thinking about how attentive Sophia usually is to me. Now my mind is in a mess. I called her more than 10 times in a row, but she hasn't answered at all. "Sophia, what's going on? Why is there a child calling you mom? Come out and clarify things quickly." My heart is racing. I'm trying hard to calm myself down. A few hours ago, Sophia looked very tired. She should be resting now. She usually puts her phone on silent when she sleeps, so it's normal that she can't take calls. So I called Emily. Emily is Sophia's best friend. They grew up together. They have a very close relationship. The call connected quickly. The other person asked in a hoarse voice, "Emily, is Sophia with someone else outside?" Emily might still be lounging in bed. After hearing this question, I suddenly woke up. I became fully alert immediately. "Ethan, who told you that Sophia betrayed you? Who is spreading these rumors?" "I can assure you, Sophia has never betrayed you. You are her first love." Hearing this, I finally feel relieved. I pulled out the call records for everyone to listen. Emily is an award-winning actress. She wouldn't lie for me. Netizens' opinions quickly split into two factions. This is Emily we're talking about. How could she possibly lie? Could this man really be Sophia's husband? Alex's child looks just like Sophia. It looks like a biological child from every angle. I casually remarked, "There are too many people who look alike, and it's hard to read people's hearts. Who can guarantee that child hasn't had plastic surgery? Just looking at appearances won't determine anything." Seeing that I still insisted, Alex's expression clearly turned unhappy. There was a hint of sarcastic smile at the corner of his mouth. He picked up his phone and directly called Sophia on a video call. To my surprise, she answered quickly. Her face was magnified on the conference screen. Everyone suddenly saw her familiar face, the woman who has always been by my side. She actually didn't answer my call. Instead, she answered Alex's call. A surge of anger suddenly rose in my heart. It felt like the whole world was spinning. She better give me a reasonable explanation quickly. Otherwise, I won't let this go easily. However, in the next second, I was stunned. Sophia softly asked me, "Dear, what are you doing?" A little girl ran past, sweetly called out, "Mommy." Sophia responded with a smile. The little girl replied, "I'm very obedient to Daddy at home." She nodded, suddenly remembered something, furrowed her brows. Sophia was taken aback at first. Then her face showed an angry expression. This indeed happened. There are always people outside deliberately provoking Daddy. Today, someone still said that Dad is the third party. That made him particularly awkward. Who dares to cause trouble at my house? My husband is only Alex. Alex, don't mention it. I'm supporting you. While Alex was speaking, he suddenly rushed in front of me. He raised his hand and slapped me. "I have been tolerating your behavior. I didn't expect you to go too far. Now I have confirmed my identity. You should admit defeat now. I was stunned in place. My face turned pale. This is impossible. She can't be Sophia. Sophia wouldn't treat me like this. Give me the phone. I need to ask clearly. I want to grab the phone and confront Sophia. But Alex just wouldn't let me get the phone. As soon as he saw me reach out, he quickly stepped back and shouted loudly, "What do you want to do? This is my wife. If you can't argue, are you going to resort to violence? Where is the security? Quick, call security over. Take this troublemaker out." The scene immediately became chaotic. Security came over wanting to take me away. I was also getting anxious. Shout at them, "If you dare to touch me, I will not let this go." Seeing my agitation, the security hesitated for a moment. They stopped in their tracks. They said to me awkwardly, "Sir, this is a press conference. You should leave first." I was extremely angry. Did you not see clearly? I really can't figure out who is causing trouble behind the scenes. I can't think of what Alex really wants. Although the woman in the video looks a lot like Sophia. But today's technology is so advanced, it's not hard to fake things. It could even be a face synthesized by AI, unless I see the real person with my own eyes. Otherwise, I won't believe it. Thinking of this, I remembered someone who could prove my identity. I quickly took out my phone. I wanted to call my father-in-law to prove that I am Sophia's husband. But when I saw Alex, I put my phone away again. You say you are Sophia's husband. Then you should know how to contact her father. Right now, Sophia is abroad. No matter how much evidence you have, it could still be fake. There's simply no way to prove that you are her husband. If you really have the ability, then call your father-in-law here right now. Let's see if he recognizes you as his son-in-law. My father-in-law is a famous traditional Chinese painter. He is also highly respected internationally. No matter how bold Alex is, he can't impersonate such a well-known person. Moreover, my father-in-law is very satisfied with me. The first time I went to Sophia's house, he gave me the family heirloom jade pendant. Every time we argue, he always stands by my side, blaming Sophia. My father-in-law has always treated me like his own son. When we got married, he generously helped me buy a new house. Alex let out a cold laugh. One won't give up until they see the Yellow River. I doubt you have that capability. After saying that, he dialed his father-in-law's number. There was a hint of grievance in his tone. "Dad, someone at the company is spreading rumors today. They insist I'm the third party. Please come and help me clarify this." Alex pressed the speakerphone. A familiar voice came through the phone. "Who dares to bully my son-in-law? I'll stand up for you right now." As soon as the words were spoken, there was a chorus of sighs in the comments. Stop guessing. Alex is definitely the legitimate son-in-law. Which father-in-law would be so enthusiastic about a fake son-in-law? Ethan is that kind of person. He relies on his looks to make a living, always dreaming of going from a poor boy to a wealthy heir. He's already lost all his face, yet he's still stubbornly holding on and refusing to give up. What a stubborn person. I looked at Alex in surprise. He waved his phone at me and said, "Your father-in-law is convinced that I am Sophia's husband. You still don't believe me." I clenched my fists tightly. I felt a tightness in my chest. My shoulders started to shake involuntarily. "Dad, it's me, Ethan. I am your son-in-law. How can you speak on behalf of those unreliable people?" Before Alex could finish speaking, he put his phone away. Then he punched me in the face. He said angrily, "What are you making noise about here? Who allowed you to casually recognize a father here?" Alex said to his father-in-law with a slightly aggrieved tone, "Dad, can you come to the company to help me explain? Otherwise, there will always be someone trying to sneak into our family. I think that person opposite is definitely a fake." I quickly took out my phone and sent a WeChat message to my father-in-law. I briefly explained what happened today. I hope he can come quickly to help prove my identity. My father-in-law replied quickly. He said he would come right away. According to my father-in-law's character, he will definitely make Alex leave the company. As soon as my father-in-law arrives, the truth will come to light. Not long after, my father-in-law's car arrived at the door. He was leaning on that familiar cane. His pace was slow. Seeing that my father-in-law really came, the heavy stone in my heart finally lifted. I immediately went forward to support him. "Dad, you finally made it. Please help me explain the situation to them. I am your son-in-law after all." Suddenly, a man appeared with a child. He said he was the son-in-law of the Sophia family. "They just bullied me together. Make sure not to let them go." My father-in-law took off his glasses. He looked at me carefully for a few minutes. Then he revealed that familiar smile. I finally felt at ease. Fortunately, my father-in-law can help prove my identity. I turned to look at Alex. His gaze is determined. This time, I will definitely ruin his reputation. But my father-in-law immediately pushed my hand away. He walked over to Alex, affectionately calling him son-in-law. Then he turned to me, with a hint of a mocking smile on his lips. "I remember you. You are the one who sneaked into my daughter's room that time." My daughter was quite reluctant at that time. She was thinking of dressing you properly before sending you out. But you still wanted to behave inappropriately with the housekeeper. Everyone present was stunned. I was also frozen in place. My eyes were filled with surprise. "Impossible! You must not be my father-in-law." The audience in the comments was also shocked by my reaction. He really is something. Not only does he suspect his own wife, he doesn't even spare his father-in-law. So how does he explain his own behavior? He seems to completely not understand what shame is, and still wants to take the opportunity to climb higher. My father-in-law raised his hand to fix his hair. It revealed the scar on his forehead. I remember that was on our wedding day. He accidentally left a mark when he bumped into the counter. The fake father-in-law didn't notice this detail. He must be someone familiar with my father-in-law. The man walked up to me. Suddenly, he slapped me. He said, "What's real or not real? I've never heard of a son-in-law who runs around and climbs high branches. My only son-in-law is Alex." I shouted in despair. "No, this is impossible. My father-in-law treats me very well. He would never say that. You must be an impersonator, seeing my disgraceful appearance." Alex scoffed disdainfully. "Are you done making a scene? Is it really that hard to admit you're ordinary? All the evidence is here with me." Mr. Sophia also testified for me, proving my innocence. "You better be wise now. Hurry and leave." My usually kind father-in-law suddenly seems like a different person. I really find it hard to accept. He is definitely not the father-in-law I know. My father-in-law would never speak to me like this. I remember once when I had a high fever. Sophia happened to be out of the country at the time. It was my father-in-law who took me to the hospital. He stayed with me through those nights. A refined father-in-law would never say such things in front of so many people. The situation has changed too quickly. I can only call the police for help. My forehead is covered in sweat. I fumbled to take out my phone to call 911. Just as I was about to make the call, my father-in-law suddenly snatched my phone away. He said sternly, "Why are you so inconsiderate right now? Sophia's family is going through a critical time. You still want to drag my daughter down indeed." The situation in Sophia's family is very complicated. Fortunately, I didn't make that call. Otherwise, Sophia might have to bear more public pressure. My father-in-law has always been gentle. He never scolds anyone. That's why I believe he must be fake. You're a fraud. I will make everyone see your true colors. Alex finally couldn't hold back. He rushed over and started fighting with me. "How dare you lay a hand on my wife? Just wait until I teach you a lesson." The bodyguards also surrounded me. They started kicking and hitting my hands and feet. While they were beating me up, Alex grabbed my hair and slapped me hard several times. "Even if I kill you, it's just a matter of paying some money." "Security, quick, throw him out." I had just stood up. When I was pushed down again by Alex, my father-in-law rushed over and started punching and kicking me, shouting, "You've gone too far. How dare you lay hands on my daughter? Anyone who harms my daughter will not have a good end." The intense pain made it impossible for me to hold back my tears. Facing the attacks from the crowd, I had no power to fight back. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain at the top of my head. Blood was flowing down my face. The pain quickly spread throughout my body. I weakly shouted, "Help me! Someone come quickly! Hurry and call an ambulance!" My father-in-law stood by with his arms crossed. He laughed coldly. "It's just as well if he dies, to prevent him from harming others again." Alex became even more vicious. He grabbed my head and slammed it onto the ground. After he realized I couldn't resist, he grabbed my hair, forcing me to look into his eyes. He angrily questioned me. "How dare you seduce my wife? Who told you to do that? I will ruin your face right now. Let's see how you can attract women after this." He pulled a knife out from his sleeve, just about to scratch my face. Suddenly, the conference room door was kicked open violently. Sophia shouted loudly, "Stop it. Let him go right now for a moment." Everyone stopped talking. All eyes turned to the woman at the door. Seeing Sophia walk in, Alex immediately went up to her. He grabbed her and started complaining. "Honey, you finally came. Do you know, just now someone insisted that he was your husband," but before he could finish, Sophia pushed him aside. "You don't deserve to be my husband. My only husband is Ethan. You shouldn't lay a hand on my husband." The comments section instantly erupted. "Alex is actually fake. This plot twist is truly unexpected." Alex hurriedly said, "Don't jump to conclusions so quickly. Maybe Sophia has two husbands. This one is the newly appointed one." His eyes were filled with panic. "This is impossible, Sophia. I am your true husband. He must be an imposter." Sophia coldly glanced at him and her father. "Hurry over and help me." Her voice sounded very anxious. I said, trembling, "Ethan, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. The pain in my body made me tremble uncontrollably." All the grievances surged up at that moment. "Why does Dad think he is your husband? Why are you pregnant with his child? Why do you both still have a marriage certificate? He even accompanied you to the postpartum center. Explain it to me clearly." I cried, heartbroken. Sophia tightly hugged my shoulders. "Rest your head on my neck," she said. "This is all not real. My heart only has room for you." "Ethan, you still not understand my feelings." I'm pointing at the two people next to me. My hands are shaking with anger. "Call the police. Please help me call the police. You need to help me seek justice." I thought Sophia would take out her phone to call the police, but instead she lowered her head. "Ethan, right now. Sophia's family is in a critical moment. Can we hold off on calling the police for now? I'm burning with anger inside. If we don't call the police, who can help me seek justice? Sophia, how can you be so heartless? I'm your husband. I've already been through this, and you still won't let me call the police." I'm trying hard to break free from her, but she still holds on tightly to me. She keeps apologizing. "I'm sorry, Ethan. This time, please help me just once. From now on, I'll do whatever you say. Ethan, please." This is the first time I've started to doubt Sophia's feelings for me. How could she just stand by and watch her husband suffer such great injustice? But she is unwilling to stand up and speak for me. The Sophia family is currently on the rise. Do I really have to silently endure this, seeing Sophia protect me? Alex is not backing down either. He stepped in front of me and said in a provocative tone, "I already told you. I am Sophia's man. She has given me a daughter. Now the child in her womb is also mine. If you have the ability, go call the police. Let's see who the police will help." My father-in-law chimed in. "Sophia, this isn't appropriate. Alex has known you longer than Ethan. How can you let someone who came later gain the upper hand? Furthermore, you and Alex already have two children. No matter what, you should be on Alex's side." Alex's daughter ran over. She tightly grasped Sophia's arm, with tears on her face, choking back tears. I asked, "Mom, you really not want me and Dad anymore? Yesterday you said you wanted to have another brother for me." After hearing this, I looked at Sophia. My eyes were filled with disappointment. "Sophia, is this what you call loyalty?" In the end, I realized that I had been kept in the dark all along. I had become the third party. Our Ethan family has always valued dignity. How did it come to this, that I was tricked into being the third party? Alex wore a sarcastic smile. "You only just realized you are the interloper. Let me be clear. The one Sophia truly loves is me. Men like you should stop deluding yourself. When I was young, Sophia often took me out to play. At that time, she said she wanted to marry me when we grew up. As a result, she really became my wife. Some people know very well that they can't be the main character, yet they still insist on getting involved. I didn't expect my wife to be so devoted. My whole body is shaking. Tears keep streaming down. It turns out I've been lying to myself all along." At that moment, I felt like living had lost its meaning. Alex kept talking, recalling the times he had with Sophia when they were kids, but these words made me feel very uncomfortable. It was like having a fishbone stuck in my throat. The direction of the comments started to change. Some people said, Sophia's behavior is really puzzling, living freely outside, yet letting others bully the original partner. She should be the one to be blamed. That's right, Sophia is indeed good-looking, but that can't be a reason for his fickleness. If only Alex could make Sophia leave sooner, then he could hold the power himself. Upon hearing this, Sophia couldn't help but laugh. She stood up. Take my father-in-law and Alex aside, she spoke softly. But I heard everything clearly, she said. I've done as you asked. I hope you won't make any more excessive demands. If you insist on escalating things, I can't say what the outcome will be, seeing public opinion swing in their favor. Alex deliberately placed his hand on Sophia. He stared at her. His gaze was provocative. We are already husband and wife. What's the problem with that? You will never repay the debt to our family in this lifetime. Enough. Sophia wore a faint smile that was not quite a smile. Her tone clearly showed dissatisfaction. She asked, "What more do you want?" The father-in-law stood in front of Alex. He said loudly to Sophia, "Why are you getting angry at Alex? If you want to blame someone, blame the person who ruined your relationship." He turned to Alex and comforted him softly. "Alex, this time it was Sophia who made a mistake. Dad apologizes to you on her behalf. Don't worry. Sophia will definitely handle that third-party issue properly. She'll give you a satisfactory response." When he spoke to Sophia, he particularly emphasized the phrase "give an explanation." I feel there are other reasons behind this matter. Could it be that Sophia has some unspoken difficulties? But she shouldn't lie to me. If she is really being controlled by someone, I will find a way to help her. But those comments are getting harsher. This woman is really going too far. How could she defend such a man? She will have to suffer the consequences later. Yeah, I didn't expect Sophia to be this kind of person. I really feel it's not worth it for Alex. Sophia laughed out loud at those comments. She stared sharply at Alex. Suddenly, she raised her hand and slapped him. She is usually very gentle. It's rare to see her this angry. People around began to whisper among themselves. How can one raise a hand against their husband? Is this matter no longer keepable a secret? Sophia's expression became even more somber. He really has no fondness for women who are disloyal and prone to violence. He regrets ever having liked her. Uncle Alex, I always thought you were an understanding person. I didn't expect you to be so confused as well. You think I care about Sophia's family's reputation? Or do you believe you have a significant advantage over me, so I must listen to you all? The father-in-law suddenly lost his previous authority. He looked up at her. He asked, "What do you want to do? What exactly do you want?" Sophia walked to my side. She gently leaned against me. "Honey, I've already thought it through. I can't let you continue to suffer this unclear injustice. I will definitely give you an explanation." She took out her phone, under Alex's surprised gaze. She dialed 911. The father-in-law gently pushed the little girl. The little girl quickly ran to Sophia's side. She tightly hugged her leg. "Mom, you can't send Dad to prison just because I'm close with Uncle Alex. I can't live without Mom. Has Mom forgotten that there's a little brother in her belly?" Sophia suddenly pushed the little girl away. The little girl bumped into the corner of the table. Blood flowed from her head, but she still whispered, I believe Mom only loves Dad." Alex shouted as he ran over. He picked up the little girl in one motion. He hoarsely shouted, "Sophia, have you lost your mind? She is our daughter. What do you want to do?" Father-in-law also panicked. He rushed over quickly, his face filled with heartache. "My granddaughter. How could a mother be so cruel? How could there be such a heartless mother? Alex, let's hurry and take Lily to the hospital." Seeing the father-in-law wants to leave, Sophia said coldly, "Our daughter. This is ridiculous. What real feelings do we have between us?" Sophia seems ready to confess everything. "Say it, she should be my sister." The father-in-law was startled upon hearing this. He immediately panicked. "Stop talking nonsense. She is your child. Don't say such things. I'm getting angry." Sophia looked coldly at her father-in-law. "Say it. Stop making excuses." Back then, Alex tried to get close to me, but accidentally had a relationship with my mom. They had an affair. Later, my mom died in a car accident while on a business trip with my dad. You used the excuse of being a posthumous child. Not only did you take away the Sophia family's property, you also pretended to be kind and adopted me. It was actually just to make me take care of Alex's child. The father-in-law angrily tried to approach and silence Sophia, but was stopped by the security guard. Sophia continued speaking. Her expression was cold and indifferent. Alex and I grew up together. My parents sent me to live at your home when they were on business trips. I remember your kindness. That's why I agreed to this matter. You have really taken advantage of me. Now you're even not letting my husband off. Alex was so angry that his face turned red. Don't say such nonsense. It's clearly related to you and me. Sophia smiled faintly. She took out a paternity test report. The report indicated Alex's daughter has a sisterly relationship with Sophia. Sophia said, I was adopted by your family. Uncle Alex has been very good to me. I have always wanted to repay his kindness. I invited Uncle Alex to my home to let him live with my husband. They got along well. I thought Uncle Alex was a sensible person. I really didn't expect him to do something so unethical. Alex was so shocked that he sat down on the floor. This is impossible. Don't say anything more. Please don't talk anymore, Alex said with a trembling voice. Sophia looked at her coldly. Her expression was grim, as if she were a messenger from hell, to prevent the reputation of the Sophia family from being tarnished. I have always been tolerant towards you, but you have gone too far. My gratitude towards you was already repaid when you took away the Sophia family's property. Alex was almost stunned with fear. No way, this is impossible. The one who was with me that night was clearly you. How could it be your mother? You are lying. You just don't want to take responsibility. Sophia stood in front of me. The police arrived just in time. They took away Alex and his father-in-law. The comments section instantly became lively. Everyone started leaving messages. This is so dramatic, originally intended to get close to his daughter. As a result, there became a complicated relationship with my mother. It turns out that stories from wealthy families are indeed complex. Fortunately, Sophia returned just in time. Otherwise, Mr. Ethan might have run into trouble. We were just speaking up for Alex. I didn't expect Mr. Ethan to be so upset. Alex's actions are truly off-putting. He actually used this method to elevate his status. Luckily, there's nothing between him and Sophia. Otherwise, I really don't know who would suffer. The little girl knelt in front of Sophia. She couldn't believe that her admired father could do such a thing. She said to Sophia, Mom, these are all actions done by my dad. If you want to blame someone, blame him. I am part of Sophia's family. I should have my share in the company too. Sophia coldly looked at this child who had no blood relation to her. The actual control of this company is in your brother-in-law's hands. You should give up this idea early on. Sophia sent those two who harmed me to prison. He even sent Alex's child to the welfare home. The police told me this incident was Alex's deliberate revenge against me. He thinks my life is too comfortable. He just wants to find a chance to take my place. My father-in-law once advised Alex, but Alex just wouldn't listen. He insisted on going his own way. Later on, my father-in-law really had no choice. He didn't want his son to have a bad reputation, so he had to take risks alongside Alex. As a result, Alex was sentenced to 3 years for intentionally harming others. My father-in-law, as an accomplice, was also sentenced to 1 year. Alex became somewhat paranoid in prison. He always thought he was still the son-in-law of Sophia Group. He would often get into fights with other inmates. He even ordered them to do tasks for him. As a result, he himself was injured by others. He was left with a disability. I was greatly affected physically and mentally due to my previous injuries. My body and mind have suffered a lot. I went to the hospital with my wife. She is preparing to give birth. I am recovering to prevent any further trouble. Sophia specifically posted our wedding photo on Weibo after I recovered. Sophia also safely gave birth to the child to avoid unnecessary suspicion. As soon as the child was born, we did a paternity test. The results showed The child is indeed my biological offspring. After Alex was released from prison, he always liked to hang around near my house. Every time I wanted to call security to chase him away, he would always report me first. I felt a bit uneasy, so I started to pay more attention. Maybe too much time had passed. He finally couldn't hold back. One day I went to the parking lot to get my car. He came at me with a knife. Seeing me, he kept backing away in fear. Alex had a smug smile on his face. That man, if it weren't for you. Sophia and I have been together for a long time. It's all your fault. You caused me to never see my child again. As long as you're not here, Sophia will only belong to me. Disappeared. He came at me with a knife. It almost stabbed my stomach. At this critical moment, Sophia rushed over with her bodyguard. She kicked the knife away. Sophia confronted him. How dare you be so arrogant? Alex was so angry that his eyes turned red. It's all your fault. Why won't you accept me? Even if the child isn't yours, but I like you. Sophia was left speechless by his words. Just as she was about to call the police, her father-in-law stopped her. Please, my son is still young. We can't let him go back in, given that Sophia's family has treated you well in the past. Can you give him a break? Sophia ignored her father-in-law. She directly called the police. Her father-in-law looked surprised. She handed the surveillance video to the police without hesitation. I have figured out the truth about my parents' deaths. This time you will not escape, I see. The death of Sophia's parents was planned by Alex's parents. Her father-in-law and Alex were arrested again. They were both sentenced to life imprisonment. Sophia moved me to another city to live. Since then, we began to live a happy and fulfilling life together.